Hey guys, welcome to part 2. It took me a little long to get back to you guys and finish this up, but I'm here, I'm getting it done, and we're going to learn a lot about how Recursive Gaming comes back from 12 to 3 versus Universal Soldiers on Inferno. They do it a lot by playing extremely fundamental CS, lots of crossfires, okay? Lots of playing primary angles. Primary angles are angles where when you're playing them, you're going to have a high percentage chance to get entry frags or defensive entry frags, meaning when they push into you, you're at a good angle to shoot them in the face versus they're maybe running down the stairs or up some stairs or they're jumping randomly. I don't know why they would be jumping. Nobody jumps. You shouldn't jump ever. Okay, no, jump. You should jump sometimes because crisscross will make you jump. No, I'm sorry. I won't do that. But, you know, we're going to key into a couple things like, you know, gun advantage still. We're going to talk about maximizing your economy using your grenades and all sorts of things like that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it right now. I've already got the game loaded up. There we go. Alright, CT side, we've got Recursive. Terror side, we've got Universal Soldiers. You're going to see a full armor buy for the terrorists. It's kind of interesting. They're going to ball up. They're going to use terrorist gun advantage, and they're going to use it well. Watch them here right off the bat. See how they're just streaming up as a group. Then they start to kind of fan out at the end, but they're gonna come back. They're gonna congregate back at the center area, and they're gonna use their armor like a big giant turtle shell, almost like a phalanx. You know, they're just gonna push with their armor. I'm gonna pause it here real quick. Pause. Now they're entering the site. You can see that 1, 2, 3 guys are shooting at the guy in the are shooting at GMX. Okay, GMX goes down because of that. As you look through the walls here, you're going to notice that they still got a guy in the pit. They've got a guy rotating, but the bomb's already going down. They're taking control of the pit as best as they can. They've still got a guy in apartments, which is where you want somebody when you're defending a planted bomb. It's pretty much the hardest place for the CTs to kill you at. They didn't get the guy in the pit. They didn't clear the pit, so they're pretty much going to lose a round because they put them in a crossfire. Once they got a guy in the pit and you got guys pushing from library, you pin everybody that's in the pit. I mean, that's in the bomb site. They don't know which way to look, and the guy that's in balcony has to look towards library. He has to try to help save everybody that's in the site. So it minimizes his ability to fight the guy that's in the pit. Let's go ahead and pause this second round here. Just checking my notes real quick. Alright, so in this round you're gonna see Universal Soldiers kind of set the tone for the mid player. Even though Recursive mounts a massive comeback here, Universal Soldiers still kind of makes their mid player have to play the guessing game all game. Are they going banana? Are they coming mid? Are they in boiler room? Are they going to go apartments? He doesn't know, and you're going to see here constantly, if you look on the mini map as we go, that he's really having to shuffle step a lot and give up his crossfires. Now this is a pretty interesting little trick here that Kenny does. I want to point out to you guys. Watch where he's nade doing this flashbang at. After player number 7, we'll pause here. GMX is right here. He's spotting down mid. Once he goes, hey, they're pushing out. They're coming towards arches. Kenny's going to bounce that flashbang off here, blinding everybody. GMX and him have a crossfire, and Maniac's safely tucked underneath the balcony here for anybody that's trying to jump into pit. Only problem is, Universal Soldiers is balling up, and they're rushing banana. So watch as Universal Soldiers enters the site. You're going to be able to see a lot of their angles here because of this new feature that Valve put in the game where you can see a laser pointer effectively coming off. Look at the crossfire that Recursive setting up here. There you go. This is a very standard high percentage crossfire. One guy next to fountain, one guy playing the CT cross. If you look, he's right here. He can step under this overhang and avoid a flash. They can smoke out like they've done. They can slow down the terrorists, which is basically forcing them back down the banana to make sure that no one's being aggressive from the mid, pushing down mid or pushing down alt mid and sweeping back behind them. Mind you, this is an eco round, so it's common during Dreamhack for these counter-terrorist teams to be really aggressive on these eco rounds. So there's the flash. They flash the counter-terrorism side. They're sort of balled up, not as much as you would like, but it is an eco round. These guys have automatic weapons. You don't want to just get chain fired. They managed to finally take one of them down. It's 2 versus 4. They do get a gun. They still have the bomb. Johnny's up. He's their monster right now. And he's in mid. He's causing havoc. We're going to fly over here and see what's going on. Oh, no, Kenny. Johnny. Oh, Johnny. Just smoked that fool. So now they're going to try to take the bomb site B. They got one guy that is rotating through CT but doesn't quite know what's going on. Are they going to come this way? He totally faked them out with that smoke grenade. So now they're taking A. They've got a 2-on-1, and that's what you want as terrorists. You want terrorist gun advantage. Maniac's over here by himself in the pit, playing against Pazza. Johnny's trying to catch a rotator. If Johnny gets a rotator, it's a 2-on-2, but Pazza picks up. Excuse me. Maniac picked up Pazza, and that was the end of the round. Kind of an interesting little eco strat there. They never fully committed to a site. They picked up some guns and they tried to make them work for him. Johnny got pretty sneaky snake there in arches and turned into a really good eco round. They got a lot of guns down and caused a lot of economic damage to Recursive. I'll pause here for a second. Not pause, but we're going to walk over here and just watch the rounds happen. Alright, so this is going to be a B push round. Speed it up here a little bit. Notice how the CTs are setting up here. 4-3-1-4. I hate people that put just numbers as their names. Come on, man. At least be like Rubber Ducky or something. But anyways, they don't bait each other. They're constantly backing each other up. One guy's got his gun out. The other guy's got his flash out. They're ready for the counter flash. They've managed to pick up. Recursive's managed to pick one kill up already in the mid. You can see how right here Universal Soldiers is smoking, but because they smoked there, it forced the CT team to counter smoke the apartments in case they were pushing. And you know, as they get ready to push here into the site, they're just slowly working it. That smoke grenade right there in the entrance is probably one of the biggest things you can do as a banana player or a B-bomb site player to slow down this inevitable rush. Other than this crossfire right here that you're seeing these guys set up, I mean, it's pretty fundamental. You've got this whole area right here you can duck back into that's called closet. You can duck back into new box or gate, as some people call it. You're going to have a quick rotation coming from your mid player. It's really easy for your crossfire player to dump back around through construction, come right here, jump up, and just really assist as people try to come around on you. So really work hard on those crossfires. I mean, you're seeing Recursive mount a comeback pretty much based off of fundamental CS. Okay, we're getting ready to watch some terrorist gun advantage at its finest here. One, two, three, four, 5 guns walking up the banana. They're pistols, but they're walking up banana. Now, banana is generally thought of as the meat grinder. Most people don't like to eco round to banana. There's not a whole lot of shenanigans you can do. You can't do a whole lot of fakes. Plus, you're walking into a really high percentage fatal funnel, a crossfire for the CTs. But if you get entry kills with your P250s, like these European teams love to do, all of a sudden you've got 5 terrorists flooding the site. Now you've got 3 angles covered. You get the bomb down. That's team money. But, I mean, I hate to break it to you, Recursive is just going to have a very typical, very standard retake. Universal Soldiers is starting to unravel at the seams right here. This is the part in the game where their economy's broke, they were on a save, even though they got the bomb down, it's now a round-by-round thing. They're going to start getting the rounds won bonus. Rounds lost. You don't get when you lose multiple rounds, you get a bonus for your economy. I don't know what the exact numbers are right here off the top of my head. Let's look them up. The CSGO money system visualized. Alright, as a counter-terrorist, first loss, you get $1,400. Your second loss, you get $1,900. Third loss, $2,400. Fourth loss, $2,900. If you've lost 5 rounds in a row because you're sucking big, giant amounts of wind, you're going to get $3,400, which is a P90 armor, a flawless armor every round. The game is trying to give you the best chance to mount a comeback as it can. As you can see, something kind of interesting is the different amounts you get when you win based off different things. If you get all 5 players on the opposing team eliminated, you get $3,250. If the time runs out as a counter-terrorist, you get $3,250. So those two are similar. But if you defuse the bomb, you're getting $3,500. I think that's kind of to balance the amount of money that terrorists get from when they plant the bomb. And the total badass that defuses the bomb gets an extra $300. This I found kind of interesting the other day. I was reading about shotguns get $900 when you get a kill. That makes a lot more sense when you start to see at Dreamhack these teams come out on second and third round and they're really playing close combat. They're really using like a very aggressive tactic. They're getting in there, they're unleashing their aggressive. The in-game leaders are they're raising the gates, they're letting their players just run wild, and these guys are already really good at putting the crosshair on somebody's head. And when you can get $900 for putting the crosshair on somebody's head, say like in the B tunnels on Dust 2, the gun pays for itself after 1 kill. As you can see over here, and this is, I'll put the link to this in the show's comments afterwards, but you can come over here and look at the terrorist one if you want to, but I want to get back into the game. Okay, so my notes say we need to go watch A. Oh, we got here just in time. Look at them take A. Let's back it up just a little bit. This is textbook, fundamental, let's take the A bomb site with smokes, with AK-47s. They don't pull it off, but you'll totally get to see some great smoke grenades here and great covering of angles. It's really fun to watch teams execute fundamental CS properly, because that's when I think you get to see the highest display of individual skill, is when everybody is good at the basics and no one has a noob moment, which we all do from time to time. We all have a noob moment, and it's unavoidable. You can't get around it. So, except for repetition, practice, and cohesion, or how you mesh and gel with your team. The more you gel with your team, the less chances there are going to be for variables and for obstructions. So let's watch this round start out here. They're going to walk up to the banana bomb site here. They're going to pull the mid player, pause the biceps off of his primary angle. Am I on the right round? Oh no, this is a 4 versus... Let's go to the next round. That's right. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That's the wrong round too. Okay, let's back up here. You're going to start to see right here, I'm going to leave the overview up. Look at how aggressive Universal Soldiers is being on this round. What? Something happened here. Oh, we got way off. I'm sorry, guys. These demo controls are a little lackluster. I hope one day we have a good user interface for them. Okay. Let's back up to the next. Okay, now we got the right one. So, I'm going to leave the overview up for this one because you'll be able to see the smokes pop up on the overview. You'll be able to see the flashbangs pop up on the overview, and it'll really show you how you take the site. They flash the apartments. This stops any push from the boiler. It's going to help lock them in their spots there. Pause the biceps is creating lots of noise. He is locking the rotation at B. No one is able to fast rotate across. Now, Kenny S plays smart here. He knows he needs information. They've got noise at B. They've got noise at A. He needs to figure out what's going on, so he starts to peek the mid. He takes a chance. Sometimes you'll get caught. Oftentimes by a good opper, you'll get caught, but Kenny himself is a good opper, and so he's willing to go out there and try to blow somebody's face off. Now, look at all of Recursive's grenades over here. I mean, sorry. That was Universal. Look at all of Universal Soldiers grenades over here. As they start to move in the bomb site, they smoke out right here. They smoke out the CT mid. They're at a minute now. They're trying to draw as many of the grenades and as many smokes from the CT side as they can so that the counter-terrorists can't counter-flash, they can't counter-smoke, they can't interrupt these pushes that they're about to do. They smoke out the pit. They smoke out CT. They smoke out arches. 1, 2 smokes, 3 smokes. You see one flash go off. There's a flash. Boom. There's 5 grenades. Now they're moving in as a ball of 3. Look at this. They're all moving in together. They're looking up. As this guy comes out of apartments, he's looking down library. He's crossing up with them. Pauses, making sure no one comes back from behind them through the smoke barricade as the terrorists push in to the bomb site. The key to this is you have to take control of pit. Once you get control of pit, you can get control of highway. They never managed to get control of the pit. Oh, I lied. They do get control of the pit. My notes were wrong. I apologize. They do gain control of the pit. Here comes the rotation. It's a 3-on-2. We got an individual fight here in library going on between pause and 4-3-1-4, and the terrorists win. Now it's a 3-on-1, and it's pretty much a save your gun kind of situation for Uzi. He might try to go for exit kills, but this round is going to go to Universal Soldier. This works out to Recursive's favor because, remember, they hadn't won a round in 7 rounds. Universal Soldiers hadn't won around 7 rounds. They were getting $3,400 every round. Their money was starting to stack up pretty fast. They were going to be able to buy AKs, full nade sets, everything every round. So by Recursive losing that, yes, they got one step closer to losing the match overall, but it put the economy situation back in such that if they win this next round and they go out and they force Universal Soldiers to drop their guns by getting frags, their economy will be in grave disrepair. Yes, it will be broken. And that's something that a lot of these in-game leaders are concentrating on. You know, Karn just recently, Karn's the, not in-game leader, he's the out-of-game strategist for Fnatic, and, you know, he's been talking about the shotgun and how it's affecting the meta right now with how it can get these large amounts of money into a player's hand that hasn't necessarily played well on the harder and more necessary pistol round. So the economy game, it seems to be a lot more important in CS:GO based on the diversity that the diversity of the amounts of money that the guns individually deliver. Wow, that was wordy. Each gun delivers a different amount of money per kill. And that's starting to cause a lot of different play styles to develop and form. Hats off to Valve for that. We're going to watch this from the black just so you can see the angles as they walk in. You know, imagine that right here in the middle. They're walking up. This is arches. As they're pushing up arches, you see as they cover all of these angles. I love that Valve put this in the game. It's just very standard play from Universal Soldiers, and Recursive is playing shut-down Counter-Strike at this point. Sometimes I have, you know, no one's going to willingly throw around, but I do wonder if Recursive knowingly threw that last round somewhat just because of the money situation. I mean, granted, you would rather 15-0 or 16-0 a team every single time, but that's just not the case most of the time. Gotta adjust my notes here for a second, so I gotta Alt-Tab. I'll get us back in the game. So we're at 13 plus 7 is 2021, so we want to go to round 24. Alright, round 24. Maniac's going to have an insane hold on the aim bomb site right here, so we're going to watch Maniac. He is 9. You're going to see a lot of those as we watch these POV demos over the next couple weeks. These different smokes, these different flashes that these pros know about. I've seen some pretty epic boosts in an Inferno. Right here on these arches that you see above Maniac's crosshair, you can actually get a guy up on those crosshairs. And during pistol round, I've seen CTs smoke diffuse based off that. If you haven't seen a smoke diffuse, go on YouTube. There's a plethora. No, there's not a plethora. There's a cornucopia of guys that get giant hard-ons for throwing a smoke grenade down and diffusing. Universal Soldiers right now, they're just pushing into the A-bomb site. They've got one guy watching arches. They're making some noise banana. Maniac is just doing his thing. He's being patient. This is the sign of a good fundamental CS player. He's being patient. His in-game leader hasn't told him to be aggressive. He's not peeking. He's waiting for the terrorists to walk into his fatal funnel. Unfortunately, no one's crossed up with him in the pit. I would like to see that. That's just my preference in playing the defense on Inferno. But they are trying to lean, because of the spread of the terrorists, they are trying to lean more towards the center of the map with the guys near library, as you see 7 and 0 up here on the map. Alright, here it comes. Maniac's by himself. He's in a bomb site. They're pushing up from the side. They're pushing tow truck. They're pushing arches. He's completely surrounded. He's outgunned, outmanned, but he's not out headshotted. Bling, bling, bam, boom, boom. What do you want to say? Pew, 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 pew. Recursive owes that round to Maniac's outstanding aim and M4 spray control. This round, this is a save round. Recursive Gaming is starting to fill the, Universal Soldiers are starting to fill the pinch. They try to get kind of tricky right here. The momentum is definitely swung in Recursive Gaming's favor. The money has swung in their favor. They're back on their feet. This is a CT-sided map. They're playing with confidence. You know, Universal Soldiers is having great success getting into the bomb site and penetrating with core fundamentals. You know, they're smoking off primary angles. They're flashing their way into sites. They're stalling. They're using enough time that the CTs have used some of their grenades, so they can't counter-flash themselves into oblivion, and counter-flash the terrorists into oblivion. You know, they won't just be blind the entire time they're trying to defend the bomb site. Like right here again, watch them. They're pushing up into the bomb site. They've got gun advantage. They're probably going to get the bomb down, but they're not holding the bomb site. This is where Universal Soldiers really unravels on the terrorist side. The next round, you're going to watch a bloody, bloody bath, so I want to just go ahead and skip to it. Yep, game is now tied. Remember, we started out 12-3, and it's now 13-13. Alright, Uzi in the bomb site, holding it by himself. Kenny helps pick up a kill. The bomb is coming around from the... This is kind of interesting. They got stuck in construction because they pushed through as a team, and then they pushed into construction. So now they've actually put themselves into a crossfire rather than just taking the site and overwhelming Uzi. You know, that's... I think that just was a random happenstance. I don't know that that was planned by Universal Soldiers to come out that way, but that's the situation they put themselves in after they got an amazing entry kill. Okay. Playing for a tie now. I mean, playing for 15, which is basically playing for a win. This last round, they pick it up. It's nothing special. Universal Soldiers they're on a buy. It's not a full buy. They've got a couple decoy grenades. They barely have some AKs at this point. It's really turned into a sad thing. You know, the casters were all on Universal Soldiers' court. You know, they were all stating during the game, you only gonna have to pick up about 5 to 6 rounds, you know, on this T side, you know, and they kept talking about how pistol round was important, and it is important. And if you go on hltv.org, you can look and see that terrorists majority of the time will win their pistol rounds on Inferno. That's just the statistics. That's the math of it. That's not always going to happen, and it didn't happen this time. And look at Universal score. It was 12-3. If they had picked up the pistol round, it's 13-3. If they picked up the first eco round, it's 14-3. If they picked up the second eco round, which there's a very solid chance they would have, statistically speaking, it's 15-3, and Recursive never has a chance to even play for a win. Yes, people emphasize the pistol rounds, but I can't emphasize enough how those 3 rounds cost Universal Soldiers this game. Just speed it up. You know, again, you're seeing this smoke right here in the banana bomb site. It just shuts down any push. Let's watch Maniac tear some people's faces off again. Oh, wasn't it beautiful? Look at that. And he's getting assists. The rotation's coming. It's a 2-on-1. Johnny has about 4 health, which is almost no health. You're going to die to a flashbang flying over the wall and hitting you in the toe. And the game is just about over. Alright, skip to the next round. Alright, you're going to see some more shutdown CS from Recursive Gaming right here. Just one more fundamental round. Nice toss there, giving Kenny the op. Watch Johnny try to enter the bomb site here, and as you see, look at the counter flash. The smoke, I mean not the counter flash, but the smoke to try to smoke off the anybody in graveyard, to try to get the bomb down without being seen. But they've already stacked the pit. They've already set up their crossfires, and it's just a matter of getting kills now at this point. I mean, if you look, I don't know if I can back it up here just a second, but pause. I just want to show you guys these cross angles that they had set up. Inferno is a game of crosses. Oh, and it gonna crash. Did it crash? I think we crashed. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. That was a shorter episode, but they'll be getting longer and better and more involved as time goes on. I'm still getting new at this. Thanks for watching. If you would, please head over to mythosgaming.com and check out the esports news there. You got a couple guys that are working really hard and they're putting out a quality product, so give them a chance. And I'll be back later this evening just to stream some games for fun. I'm out.